Hello everyone, today we're going to learn how to make sulfuric acid from iron sulfate and iron oxide. So here we have the formula FeSO4, iron sulfate, consisting of one sulfur atom with 4 oxygen atoms and 1 iron atom. We'll talk about iron in a future video describing iron and its properties. When you combine iron sulfate with water and you add heat to it, you create sulfuric acid and oxides of iron. This is just an oxide of iron. It's iron with oxygen. Here is how iron looks like when it's oxidized. When you see rust, you're seeing iron or you're seeing metal combined with an oxidizer, usually oxygen, or could even be chlorine, bromine, fluorine, or various other oxidizers. Usually the most common oxidizer is oxygen, which is why it's given the name oxidizer, straight from oxygen itself. Here we have iron sulfate. Here we have a description of how the molecule looks like. It consists of iron, sulfur, and this is oxygen. The molecule of water that we were talking about. Water consists of oxygen and hydrogen. Continuing on. When you add heat, heat is just energy. In physics, energy is the quantitative property that must be transferred to a body or physical system to perform work on the body or to heat it. Energy is a conserved quantity. The law of conservation of energy states that energy can be converted in form, but not created or destroyed. Other units of energy are kilowatt hours, BTU, calories, electron volts, ERG, or foot-pound. The SI unit for energy is the joule. Its dimension is presented. So as we continue on, we have here sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid consists of sulfur, 4 oxygens, and 2 hydrogens. As you can see, 2 hydrogens are double bonded to the sulfur, and 2 oxygens are single bonded to the sulfur because they're bonded to the hydrogen. Sulfuric acid, also known as oil of vitriol, is a mineral acid composed of the elements sulfur, oxygen, and hydrogen, with the molecular formula H2SO4. It is a colorless, odorless, and viscous liquid that is miscible with water, according to Wikipedia. Its formula is H2SO4. Its molar mass is 98.079 grams per mole. Its IUPAC ID is sulfuric acid. Its density is 1.83 grams per centimeters cubed. Its boiling point is 638.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or 337 degrees Celsius. Its melting point is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 degrees Celsius. And here we have iron oxide, which is one of the products of the reaction. Iron 2 oxide is a chemical compound. Iron 2 oxide or ferrous oxide is the inorganic compound with the formula FeO. Its mineral form is known as woodsite, one of several iron oxides. It is a black colored powder that is sometimes confused with rust, the latter of which consists of hydrated iron 3 oxide, according to Wikipedia. Its formula is FeO. Its IUPAC ID is iron 2 oxide. Its molar mass is 71.844 grams per mole. Its melting point is 2,511 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1,377 degrees Celsius. Its density is 5.74 grams per centimeters cubed, and its oxidation state is 2+, according to uscb.edu. So continuing on, here we have another reaction. Now that we have sulfuric acid, we have a purpose for it. So here we have a reaction with sulfuric acid, H2SO4, combining with ethanol. The molecular formula is CH3CH2OH. When you add heat to that, combining it with sulfuric acid, you get sulfuric acid as a result, along with diethyl ether. Fun fact about diethyl ether is that it's one of the first anesthetics that was first used in order to perform surgery on a patient. For the first time, people observed how diethyl ether allowed an individual to perform surgery on another individual without them having to experience excruciating pain thanks to the diethyl ether. So if you thought that alcohol served no purpose apart from just having fun or just as a distraction, it serves a very crucial purpose. When combined with sulfuric acid, you get diethyl ether, and diethyl ether, seen here, consists of 4 carbons all bound together and held together by 1 oxygen thanks to the sulfuric acid. It was donated by the sulfuric acid. It allows it to be bound, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hydrogens, and all of that creates diethyl ether along with water as a byproduct. Water again consists of 1 oxygen with 2 hydrogens. This is how the molecule of sulfuric acid looks like. If you were to zoom in, or if you were to shrink down to the atomic level, this is how you would see the molecule of sulfuric acid. Similarly, if you were to zoom in and you were to see how the alcohol looks like, it looks like a molecular dog. Here's the head of the dog and here's its body. It's a molecule consisting of 2 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hydrogens, and 1 oxygen. So ethanol, also known as ethyl alcohol, grain alcohol, drinking alcohol, or simply alcohol, is an organic chemical compound. It is a simple alcohol with the chemical formula C2H6O. According to Wikipedia, ethanol is a chemical compound. Ethanol is an organic chemical compound. It is a simple alcohol with the chemical formula C2H6O. Its formula can be written as CH3-CH2 C2H-OH or C2H5OH. It is often abbreviated as ETOH. Ethanol is a volatile, flammable, colorless liquid with a slight characteristic odor. Its molar mass is 46.07 grams per mole. Its formula is C2H5OH. Its boiling point is 173.1 degrees Fahrenheit or 78.37 degrees Celsius. Its density is 789 kilograms per meters cubed. Its melting point is negative 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 114.1 degrees Celsius. Its IUPAC ID is ethanol. So to add more on the topic of sulfuric acid, American spelling or sulfuric acid, Commonwealth spelling, also known as oil of vitriol, is a mineral acid composed of the elements sulfur, oxygen, and hydrogen with the molecular formula H2SO4. It is a colorless, odorless, and viscous liquid that is miscible with water, according to Wikipedia. Again, that's how the molecule looks like. And this is how diethyl ether looks like. Again, it's 4 carbons fused together by 1 oxygen, and all of those are bound to hydrogens. So again, this diethyl ether, this is the molecular formula, and water is one of the byproducts. Again, water is simply oxygen with hydrogen. It's essentially rusty hydrogen, or you can think of it as oxygen in liquid state. So that was how to make sulfuric acid and its uses. I hope you learned about sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon from this video. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. The previous video was on the elements, explained in 5 minutes or less. If you're interested in learning about how elements work or what they're made of, because this is a STEM channel where we talk about everything relating to science, and if we don't learn about the basic properties of the things that we're learning, then we won't really understand it fully. In order to appreciate the knowledge that we're accumulating here on this channel, we need to learn about the elements first, because the elements consist of everything around us, and everything is just a variation of net energies, and so learning about the elements is essential. Once again, if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great one.